Baki! Welcome to Kids Learning World. Come on in, give it a twirl. Yippee! With Baki and me, you'll see cave adventures every day. Whoa! Singing, dancing, learning is fun for you, for me, for everyone. Subscribe and stay a little while.
Crikey, what a beautiful day for an adventure. The sun was peeking through the kitchen window, just begging us to come out and play. My little wildlife warrior Bindi was buzzing with excitement. You could see it in her eyes. We were getting ready for a proper expedition into the big green forest. We weren't looking for crocodiles today, but for all sorts of other amazing treasures. Bindi carefully packed our basket. In went the juicy apples, some crunchy crackers, and a big bottle of water. You've always got to stay hydrated when you're on the move, mates. She even packed a special magnifying glass, perfect for looking at tiny critters up close. What a little legend. Our mission for the day was a treasure hunt, but not for gold or jewels. Oh no, we were on the hunt for nature's treasures. We talked about all the amazing things we might find. Maybe a feather from a colorful bird, or a super smooth, shiny stone from the creek bed. Bindi hoped we'd find the biggest, most beautiful leaf in the whole forest. She had a grand plan to turn it into a work of art later. The excitement was building up, like a summer storm on the horizon. We were ready for whatever the bush had in store for us. It's the not knowing that makes it a real adventure, isn't it? Before we left, we did our gear check. Good sturdy shoes? Check. A hat to protect us from the sun? Double check. And the most important rule of all, always tell someone where you're going. Safety is number one when you're exploring the great outdoors. I reminded Bindi that we are visitors in the animals' homes, so we have to be respectful. That means we only take pictures and memories, and maybe a few fallen leaves or cool rocks. We never pick the living flowers or bother the wildlife. She nodded seriously, ready to be the best and most respectful explorer she could be. With our basket in hand and our spirits high, we headed for the door. The air already smelled sweet with the promise of trees and earth. Bindi skipped ahead, her pigtails bouncing with every step. I grabbed my camera, not wanting to miss a single moment of our big day out. What do you reckon we'll find first? Will it be a busy little beetle, a sleepy lizard, or maybe a flower that looks like a tiny star? The forest was calling our names, and we were ready to answer. Let's go. Wowie! The moment we stepped under the big leafy trees, it was like entering a different world. The air was cool and smelled of damp earth and sweet pine. Sunlight trickled down through the canopy, making little dancing spots on the forest floor. Everything was so green. It was late summer, so the ferns were lush and the moss was like a soft green carpet covering the old logs. We took a deep breath. You can just feel the life all around you in a place like this. It's teeming with energy from the tiniest insects to the tallest trees. What a beauty. Bindi's eyes were wide with wonder. She pointed to a patch of tiny purple flowers growing near the path.
Dad, look, they look like little bells, she whispered.
We got down on our hands and knees for a closer look with our magnifying glass. Up close, you could see the delicate little lines on each petal. A little bee, all fuzzy and yellow, was buzzing around, doing its very important job of pollinating. That's how flowers make seeds to grow more flowers. It's a beautiful system, and we were watching it happen right in front of us. We continued along the winding path, our boots making soft crunching sounds on the twigs and leaves. Bindi started a guessing game.
I spy with my little eye something that is brown and has rough bark, she said.
It was one of the giant gum trees, standing tall and proud like a guardian of the forest. Then it was my turn. I spy something small and red with black spots. A ladybug. It was crawling along a big flat leaf, probably looking for its lunch. It's amazing how much you can see when you just slow down and really look. Every few steps brought a new discovery. We found a smooth grey stone that was perfectly shaped like a heart. Bindi said it was a gift from the forest. We saw a line of ants marching in a perfect row, each one carrying something tiny. They are such hard workers, those little guys. The forest is like a massive, bustling city for all these creatures. They all have their homes, their jobs, and their families. We were just lucky visitors getting a little peek into their incredible world. All right, it was time for our special challenge. The Great Leaf Hunt was officially on. The mission was to find the most unique, most interesting leaf in the entire forest. Bindi took this very seriously. She scanned the ground like a true detective, carefully turning over fallen leaves. We saw round ones, pointy ones, and some that had been nibbled on by hungry caterpillars. Remember, Bindi, I said, we only collect leaves that have already fallen to the ground. The ones on the tree are still working, making food for the tree to grow big and strong. She gave me a big thumbs up, understanding completely. She examined every contender. There was a bright yellow one from a maple tree that looked like a star. There was a long, skinny one that looked like a green feather. But none of them were the one. We walked a bit deeper, where the trees grew even bigger. The air was still and quiet, except for the distant call of a kookaburra. It's in these quiet moments that you can really connect with nature. You start to notice the little things, like the way the wind whispers through the leaves, or the different patterns in the tree bark. It's just magic. Suddenly, Bindi stopped.
Dad, look, she whispered, pointing to the base of an old mossy oak tree.
And there it was. It wasn't just one leaf, but a small branch that had fallen. On it were several leaves, but one was absolutely spectacular. It was a beautiful oak leaf, but half of it was a deep autumn red, while the other half was still a vibrant summer green. It looked like 2 seasons were captured on a single leaf.
That's it, that's the one! Bindi cheered quietly so as not to disturb any napping critters.
It was a truly special find, a real treasure. As she carefully picked it up, she spotted something else nestled in the moss right beside it. It was an empty snail shell, perfectly coiled in a beautiful spiral. It was pearly white and delicate, a little ghost of a home. Bindi gasped with delight.
2 treasures, she exclaimed.
This was turning into the best treasure hunt ever. She held the leaf in one hand and the tiny shell in the other, her face beaming with pure joy. These are the moments you cherish forever. Simple and absolutely perfect. What a ripper of a find. With our pockets full of treasures, we found a sunny clearing to sit down for a rest and a snack. It was time to get creative. We laid out all our finds on our picnic blanket, the 2-toned leaf, the heart-shaped stone, the little snail shell, and a few other interesting twigs and pebbles. Bindi had a brilliant idea. Let's make a forest family, she said. Using the big leaf as a body and a small acorn cap as a head, she created a little leaf person. The tiny twigs became its arms and legs. She was so proud of her little creation. I decided to make a little rock creature. I found 2 small, flat stones and placed the heart-shaped one on top. Using a bit of sap from a pine tree, it's super sticky. I attached 2 tiny pebbles for eyes. We lined up our new forest friends, the leaf person and the rock monster, on a log. It was a beautiful example of teamwork and imagination, turning simple things from nature into something magical. It just goes to show you don't need fancy toys to have fun. The best art supplies are sometimes right at your feet. After all that exploring and creating, our tummies were rumbling. Time for a feast. We unpacked the crunchy apples and crackers. Everything tastes so much better when you're eating it outside in the fresh air, doesn't it? As we munched away, we talked about our favorite parts of the day. Bindi loved finding the special leaf and the snail shell the most. I loved watching her face light up with every new discovery. We made a promise to come back soon, maybe in the autumn, to see how all the colors of the forest change. As we packed up our basket, making sure to leave our little clearing cleaner than we found it, we felt so happy and peaceful. We left our little leaf and rock critters behind on their log, a small gift back to the forest. A day like this is what it's all about. Spending time together, learning about the beautiful world around us, and creating memories that will last a lifetime. So get out there, mates. Go on your own adventure. You never know what incredible treasures you might find waiting for you in the wild. Good on ya.